Waiting for a few people and then we'll get started. Take out your homework because we're going to start off by going over the homework. I'll begin the screen share now. I think all of you guys did your homework. Okay, so still waiting for a few people. So I'll hold up on that. But yeah, you guys all did your homework because Dina, yes, Alan, yes, and Claire. Claire, I have to ask this every time because I always forget. Sorry. Are you MI Life? All right. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Um, got it. Got it. Yeah. So we're waiting for Leeway, Matt, and Nye. Got it. Homework was practice for 23, 26. All right. So I'll open that up and I will. If any of you have questions on any particular problem, you can send them directly in chat to me, like whichever ones that you wanted help on. If not, I will just like look at which questions people got the wrong most often. All right. Everyone seems to have gotten the first one right. Yeah. All right. You guys did mostly fine on this. I'll check the exercises. Okay. So as expected, we had a bit more difficulty on the word problems. So that's 25 and 23. We're all good. Yeah, great. So everyone did well on the homework. With the exception of, well, like some people did do well with the word problems, but like as a whole, word problems, I'll check up on those. So everyone, yeah, open up your homework. I think we still have to wait a few more moments for everyone else. But for now, I'll begin going over exercise 26, which was the word problems. And I'm actually not sure if it was the word problems, but given the fact that a lot of people got it wrong, I think it would be safe to assume so. And yes, it was word problems. Okay. 4 questions. Got it. So I'd like to start off by everyone sending me answers again, but I don't want you to look at your homework. So I want you to, like, if you have homework open, close it right now. Close it for now, and then send me the answers without looking at the homework. So I want to make sure everyone's able to do this quickly. Like if I just gave you this, I want to make sure that you'd be able to do it immediately. I'm sorry that the text looks so weird. I'm not sure why my screen snip is a bit buggy today. Maybe it's a smart notebook, not the screen snip. No, it's not fitting into place. Yeah, so send me the answers to these 4 questions, and I don't want you to look at your homework. I want you to kind of redo them. That's more like it. All right. Yeah, so send me the answers to these first few questions.
Good, I'm finally here.
Hello, Alex. So right now we're going over the homework, and I want you to don't open your homework yet. For now, just do these questions. Sorry, I can't talk. These questions were on the homework. All right, I want to make that clear. These questions were on the homework. However, people had a lot of trouble with them, so I want everyone to not open their homework. I want you to do these again, and then send me your answers in chat. And then after we do this, I'll go over the questions, and then I'll tell you to open your homework at that time. For now, just do them again, basically, as if you've never seen them before.
Did you know I gave you a question to do?
I did. I think I sent you the answer so I actually teach another class, right? Alan is in it, I believe. Yeah, Alan's in it. And we're actually doing algebra. We did algebra in that class at the beginning of the year. Beginning like a few months ago, we did algebra in that class. So yeah. I checked that actually. I think you did send me something. Let's see. You can keep sending me questions if you want. Wait. Got it. Yeah, so for now, just send me the answers to these questions as if you've never seen them before. Yeah, because there's quite a bit of difficulty on these ones. Yeah, so keep getting these answers in. All right, so it looks like question 1 and 2 people aren't having that much trouble on. It's when the fractions get, I mean, kind of complicated, I think is the correct word. When the fractions get more complicated, we seem to have a bit more difficulty because like 10 and 5 are both like easy numbers to work with. But once we reach like 7 and 8, then it gets a bit more complicated. So I'll go over that. So I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so um Not that sure if anyone sees it, but if you get a message from junior coach Oliver, it's not me. I'm the real junior coach. Alex is the fake junior coach. I'm the important one. So just ignore the bad junior coach. I am the real one. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for 2.5 answers, I'll say, because some people are like, halfway done. I'm waiting for, okay, so make sure to get your answers in. Yeah, I'm waiting for 2 more answers and then we can move on. Still waiting for 1 or 2 answers, but while people wait, I think I'm going to start going over some of the answers. By some of the answers, I mean like, how should I word it? Whatever. I'm going over some of the answers. That's the point. Let's see. The questions that people had trouble with seem to be, all right, first two, we had we had a bit of a slip up on question 2. Okay, I'll go over questions 3 and 4. Those are the important ones that I think people like were actually having trouble with. So those would be spending $30 on a dress. So if she has her total amount of money, when she subtracts 30, she ends up with 3/8. And so that means this is 5/8, right? Now, if that's 5/8, what does that mean? If that is 5/8, it means that 1/8 is equivalent to 6, right? Because we can, if 30 equals 5/8, then 6 equals 1/8. And so at first, that would be all. So 1 equals, this is like X. That goes into algebra, so I don't want to get into that. But the point is that $6 is 1/8 of her money. So that means her total amount of money is $48. All right, so that would be the first question. Now for the next question, 4/7 of a group of children are boys. If there are, that means 3/7 are girls. And if there are 18 more boys than girls, how many children are there altogether? Well, the difference between boys and girls is 1/7, right? And if 1/7 equals 18 people, then 1 in total, we multiply it by 7, we get 136. So that would be our answer. So you just gotta like think about it visually, as in like what is equal to what part is equal to how many, and from there you can actually solve it. All right, so let's see. Okay, textbook for yes. Give me a minute. I gotta scroll down to that. I don't think we've gone this far, have we? No, we haven't. All right. So it seems to me that we are going to do some word problems, and then we're gonna start area of a triangle. Got it. All right, so let's start off with some word problems. I'm in review A right now. If anyone wants to do it in the textbook, I'm going to send questions 1 to 5. Get rid of this little purple blemish. What is that? It's really weird. There's like some red thing, purple red thing on my screen. I will check that out in a second. Oh, that's really weird. Okay. Well, there's definitely something showing up visually. Oh, is someone annotating on my screen? I think that's probably it. Ha, someone was drawing on my screen. Okay. So moving on. Yeah. Let's send me these answers first. So then just keep working. Yeah, I'll go over these after. Yeah, so continue working. We have some. Yeah, the first answer is yeah. For people aren't doing too badly in the first one, so that's good. I feel like some people did a bit of skipping, which is like try to start at the first one. Yeah, so I'll go over these bit by bit as you guys work through them. The first one is let's take red and let's take green. There are 24 green apples and there are 3/7 red apples, meaning that 24ths is equal to 4/7. If 24 is equal to 4/7, then 1/7 is equal to 6. Meaning that the entire thing is 7 times 6, or 42. So the answer to the first one is 42. The answer to the second one, basically we substitute a number for a fraction. 42 is 3/5. That means 1/5 is 7, my bad. That means 1/5 is 14. And if 1/5 is 14, then the total is 70, right? So the pattern for most of these questions is the same, by which I mean you start off with a, all right, 1 second. Never mind. Yeah, so try to start off with a number which you turn into a fraction. You can turn that fraction into like the simplest form of it. So in the previous one, we turned 42 into a fraction, then we found the simplest form of it, and then we found the total. Start from number, yeah, and then continue. Yeah, it's fine. Just work on 3, 4, and 5. I'll go over them bit by bit. Once one more person answers question number 3, I think I'll go over it. All right, I'll go over number 3 now. Mr. Ray had $400. He spent 2/5 of it on a vacuum cleaner and 3/5 on a fan. We're going to call them F and VC. And then there's 400 in total. Oh, wait, sorry, I misread this. 1/4 of the remainder. All right, so this is a more difficult question. I'll go over why. So let's start off by noticing that if he spent 2/5 on a fan, that means that he spent $160 on a fan, which means he has $340 left over, right? This is the leftover. I'm going to put LL. And he spent 1/4 of this on a fan. So, yeah, so we have to do it again. Now we take 1/4 of this, which happens to be 85. This is how much he spent on a fan. And what's the leftover of this? Well, the leftover of this is 255. So your final answer should be 255, I think. Is that the question? Yeah, how much money did I have left? So for a question like this, you got to kind of solve it twice, if you know what I mean. You got to solve it once to find the remainder from a vacuum cleaner and solve it again to find the remainder from a fan. So I got 250. No, what did I get? I mean, yeah, I got 255. I'm gonna check with some other people to see if they also got that. It doesn't look like anyone got 255, so I'm gonna check over my work. And it seems correct. I just want to make sure. 162.40. Oh, I think I messed up. No, yeah. It should be 440 here. Yeah, my bad. 240 meaning this would be $60 and then this would be $180. Yeah. 180. How's 1/4 of? I mean, there's 1/4 of first there. All right, so I'll go over number 4 now. He had $400. Wait, sorry, reading the wrong one. I am actually going to copy and paste this to a new area because this area is getting a bit full. I'm gonna move down a bit. All right, that was a mistake. Oops. Sorry. Let's try this again. Okay, so a vendor sold 2/5 of his hot dogs in the morning and 1/6 in the afternoon. He sold 200 in total. And how many do you have left? Okay, so how can we figure this out? Let's solve this out. Let's figure this out in 2 ways. So first of all, let's make these denominators like, right? Because that makes it easier. So we're going to make this into a 6 and we're going to make this into a 4, right? Because we're multiplying by 2. Now, this means that he sold 5/6 of his hot dog in altogether. And 5/6 of his hot dogs happens to be 200. So what does that make 1/6 of his hot dogs? That means 1/6 of his hot dogs is 40, right? Because we divide it by 5. And then we multiply it by 6 in order to find the total, which would be 240. So the answer should be 240. All right, I'll go for question 5 in a minute. Oh, wait. I am wrong on number 4. That is my bad. I just realized. Sorry. Thank you, Claire, for the correct answer. 240 isn't a wrong number, but it's not the answer. 240 is the total, and then how much he had left was 40 because it's 1/6. I apologize for that. So 40 should be the correct answer to number 4. That is completely my bad. All right, I'll go over number 5 after like 2 more answers. Yeah, I don't know why we're having so much difficulty with it. All right, so I'm gonna start off by I think I'll just solve it here. But Mrs. Gray bought some eggs. She used 1/2 to make tarts. 1/4 to make a cake, and she had 9 left. Oh, 1/4 of the remainder. So 1/4 of the remainder is something very important that you need to look at. And then she had 9 eggs at the end. So we can draw a little tree to help us solve this problem. This is her total, right? We need to solve the total. She spent 1/2, and then of this remainder, which we don't know, she spent 1/4 of this on a cake or something. Yeah, on a cake, and she had 9 left. So what does this tell us? This tells us that 9 equals 3/4, because these two have to sum to 1. And if 9 equals 3/4, then what equals 1/4? Well, that's 3. And then what equals a whole? That equals 12. So we know that this number right here equals 12. And then we know that 12 equals 1/2, because these two have to add up to 1. And then that means this also equals 12. And so the total is 24. So the answer would be 24 eggs. Moving on. We could start, we could do, I think I'll sign review A for homework, but we'll do triangle for now. Yeah, so I'll just copy some stuff over. I want you to read this. I'm not really going to do much explaining because it's kind of self-explanatory. I just want you to read it and understand what's going on. So basically, I'll do some brief explaining though. There's a triangle with a height and a base, right? You can see what a height is and what a base is by the arrows. And then I want you to see the area of each, and I want you to send me the area of each triangle in chat. Send me A, B, and C. Make sure to send me the answers. It shouldn't be too difficult. I think I went over this. I'm sorry if I didn't. But yeah, you multiply the height by the base, and then, well, think about it. Just think about it logically. Notice how each triangle is half of the rectangle it's in. If you think about it carefully, this part right here can fit here. This part can fit right there. And then what is this? This whole thing is just half. Notice how basically everyone's half. This is half of this whole thing. And then this part is half of that thing. And then this is just half of the whole thing combined, right? So everything's just half of the rectangle it's in. So I want you to think carefully about what the area of each triangle is. All right, so I'll start going over these. Okay, so for A, this is 5, and this is 6. This is 6, and this is 6. Like I'm talking about the height of the base. This is 4, and this is 6. We multiply these, we get 24. We multiply these, we get 36. We multiply these, we get 30. We divide it by 2, we get 15. We divide this by 2, we get 12. And we divide this by 2, we get 18. So the answers would be 15, 18, and 12. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. Now, for triangles, you just gotta know it's half base height. I'll send a few more. These are going to be a bit more difficult. Yeah. So what I want you to do is you got to figure out what the base is and what the height is of a triangle. Of the shaded triangle, keep in mind. So I don't want you solving this white portion. These might seem a bit difficult, but if you think logically, you can figure it out. So I'm going to explain the first one. The first one, the height is 20. Height is 20. And what is the base? The base is 48 plus 15. Therefore, if our formula, I'll write the formula on here. The formula is half base height equals the area. All right. The base is 20. No, sorry. The height is 20. And the base is 48 plus 15, which is equivalent to 63. And we multiply all of these together, and we get the area is 630. So that is the answer for the first one. And that's how you want to solve these. You want to figure out what the base is, figure out what the height is, and then you can solve the answer. Uh, So basically, the way we get the numbers is we find the base and the height of a triangle, okay? So to find the base, you want to think about it this way. To find the base, it would be like if we had a flat surface, and then we place something onto it, what would be the part touching the ground, right? And so in the first question, the base is 48 plus 15, right? Because you have to add them together. As you can see from the diagram, you have to add 48 and 15 together, okay? And when you add them together, you would be able to figure out that the base is 63. And then the height would be like, the height. And the height is shown here as 20. I'll erase this so you can see it better. But, that's still not eraser. Yeah, so we find the base by adding the bottom two numbers. The height is here. And then the formula, the way we find it is we multiply the base by the height. I'll start going over them soon. Okay, so I'll go over B now. So I think something that we're messing up is we're using 20 as the base. This is a trick question. The base here, we can't use 20 as the base because if we use 20 as the base, what's the height? Right, you got to figure out the height. Right, we got to figure out the height, and that's not possible. So the way we solve this problem is we change it. So the way we're going to change it is we are going to basically flip it over. And we're going to use 12 as our base. And then 16 becomes our height, right? You got to twist your neck kind of to look at it this way. If you have this on paper, you could literally just turn the paper. But since it's on a computer, it's a bit more difficult. So 12 is our base and 16 is our height. So half base height in this instance is half, the base is 12 and the height is 16. All right, we can make the if you want to, you can make 16 the base and 12 the height. It doesn't really matter because you can switch them around. We end up with half times 12 times 16, which is 6 times 16, which is 96. So the answer should be 96. The next question, our base is 14 because we have to add them together. Our height is 6. And we have to multiply by half because that's the formula. And our answer would be 42. And then D is a bit more difficult. I want you to look at it carefully. All right, so I'm going to post the homework in a second. Class is basically over at this point. The main takeaways from today, in triangles at least, I want to make sure everyone understands it's half times base times height. You might have to rearrange it to get the base and the height. You might have to add numbers together to get the base and the height. You might have to do subtraction to get the base and the height. But ultimately, to solve a triangle, you need the base and the height. We'll go over more ways to do triangles. No, we won't. Later on, maybe in high school, you'll learn other ways. But for now, all you need to know is it's half base times height. The homework will be posted in like 5 minutes. Good luck. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone. See you guys next week.